Hello and welcome to the latest installment of Google Earth Tours with your host, John Atkinson. Now today I'm going to be taking a look at the southwestern corner of Russia in what is roughly the Caucasus-Caspian region, because that is where the 2014 Winter Olympics are being held, in the city of Sochi in Russia. So let's take a spin of the globe. We're on the other side of the globe here, straighten it out. And we're looking at this area in here. Now if we back out to all of Russia, and you can see how bloody big this country is. This is all Russia. Let's compare that to the United States. Spin the globe around. Here's the continental United States, Alaska, Hawaii. So you can see Russia is a huge, huge country. And when it was the Soviet Union, it was even bigger. But after the breakup, it split into 17 separate countries. So you have all your Turkmenistans and Kazakhstans and Russia and Georgia and Belarus and all those. But let's zoom in, because here, again, we'll straighten it out. North is up. So here we have the Mediterranean Sea. We have the Black Sea, which is an inland, more or less a lake, though you have access to the Mediterranean by way of the Bosphorus Strait. So you can sail out there through the Aegean Sea and into the Mediterranean. And then further to the east you have the Caspian Sea. And actually there used to be another very large lake out here called the Aral Sea, but it's mostly dried up. They sucked all the water out of it for irrigation. Although they're trying to restore it. But anyway, here on the Black Sea, on the eastern shore of the Black Sea, is the city of Sochi. And so let's zoom down in there. Now Sochi is kind of an interesting city. It's named after the Sochi River, which is actually this thing that comes dumping in. This is the main part of the city because this is where the port is. As you can see, they show a cruise ship in here on Google Earth. This is kind of an interesting building. Let's see what this is. Probably some kind of a ferry building or something, but I don't know what it is because all of the descriptions in here are all in acrylic, so it kind of limits my ability to find out what is where. So I just wanted to give that caveat as an apology in advance. I've looked up a lot of stuff, but some of the things I'm not going to know by clicking. So anyway, this is the main part of Sochi. Now let's try to find the R key to give us an overview and back out. Now the strange thing about Sochi is that it's very long and thin. Now I've put a push pin up in the city of in the part of it called Magri. Here's the part we were just in at the port, and then down here is where the Olympic Village is. And this yellow line is actually the international border with Georgia. So as you can see, the Olympic Village is just a stone's throw from the international boundary with Georgia. But all of this, from this push pin up to this push pin, is all Sochi. It's all part of the city. It is a city with about 343,000 people, and it's 68 square miles of city area. But from here to here is about 92 miles. So basically it's long and thin, and most places it's less than a mile wide. And the reason for that is, well, you've got the Black Sea here, but this mountain range is the Caucasus Mountains, and they come right up to the shore. So there's only this little sliver of land for making cities and streets and such on. So it's by far the longest, thinnest city in all of Europe. So let's get down to the Olympic Village, which is down here. It's in the what they call the micro-district of Adler. Let's see, Adler. Oops, I clicked the wrong one. Okay, we're back to Sochi. Let's click on Olympic Village, and we'll go a little further south, and we'll see the Olympic Village. Adler is German for eagle, which is probably where it got its name. But this here is the Olympic Village. You can see now all of these photographs. You can see a lot of construction equipment here. The Sochi Olympics is becoming known as the almost finished Olympics because they've been scrambling to get this place ready for competition, and they didn't quite make it. So, but these photographs were actually taken, well, it says 2014, but also 2013, so probably within the last year, but obviously there's still a lot of construction still going on. This here is the main stadium. That was where they had the opening ceremonies. Map here of the thing is the Fischt, F-I-S-H-T, Olympic Stadium. Fischt basically is Russian for white head, so I'm not quite sure where they were going with that. Going back here, okay, it's the Scheibe Arena. They play ice hockey in here. A Scheibe is Russian for hockey puck, so and also in here. So it's kind of shaped like a puck, so they named it the Scheibe. Over here, they also play ice hockey, but this is for the finals, whereas the Scheibe is probably semifinals, all the qualification matches. This is for the big event, and so it's called the Bolshoi Arena. And Bolshoi is Russian for big or great or grand. So, like the Bolshoi Ballet, it's the big ballet. This building here is where they're going to have the curling. And over here, the speed skating is competed there. And over here we have this is where the figure skating is done. It's the ice palace. Oh, this arena over here, this is the Adler Arena. So when they talk about the Adler Arena, and that's just named for the micro-district where the Olympic competition is being held. And in the center here is where the Olympic torch is. You can see it kind of sticking up there. And that explains why during the opening ceremonies they basically had to run out here down a pathway to where it would light the torch, which was kind of odd. They went running out of the stadium and it looked like they were running across a parking lot, but that's the reason. It's kind of a ring structure, so the torch is in the center of the ring, so it's a little bit of a jog. So this is where all of the skating and that kind of hockey and everything on ice is being done. It's right on the shore of the Black Sea here. But for the rest of the things, for all the skiing and bobsled and snowboarding, that's being done at the Razakutor Center. So let's click on that, and you'll see it sends you up into the Caucasus mountain range, and here is the center. And it's all connected by a rail line that they built to get up there. Apparently that's working fine. But this is it. This is where a lot of things are happening. Now, Razakutor, I looked it up thinking, oh, it's named for somebody named Rosa. No, it actually translates to Rose Farm. Raza is rose, and Kutor is farm. Now, somehow I doubt that anybody's growing roses at this altitude, but there it is. Now over here, I believe this is the extreme park. This is where all the snowboarding and all that is taking place. This looks like possibly a snowboard track, maybe not. That again is another thing here. I've looked at this. I can identify some of the venues, but for the most part, it's all under construction here, and it's not in its final configuration, so it's hard to tell what is where. So, but there's some little bumps here and over here. This looks like some kind of a track, probably to do with snowboarding. But this is the extreme area, and then over here on this other peak, let me back out a little more. This is where all the alpine events are taking place. So these are the ski runs for downhill, moguls, all that. And I think the cross-country area is up in here too. It's over, I think it's down here, yes. This is kind of the stadium that leads to the track. There's another one. I believe somewhere in here is where the biathlon was done, where they ski a little ways and then pull out rifles and shoot things, which is kind of an odd combination, one would think. It's like one comedian put, why not just have like bobsledding and Jenga? Why does it have to be cross-country skiing and target practice? But hey, it's interesting. And here's another track. This is probably the cross-country sprints area. That would be my guess. So again, it's kind of hard to tell what is what at this stage. These pictures were probably taken sometime in the last year or so, but it's hard to tell what anything is. Now over here, there are some things that are a little easier to identify. Here we have, let's click on this. Down here is the Sochi Sliding Center. Now Sochi, let me turn on the pin, it's basically right there. Sochi is Russian for sled, so that kind of makes sense. But, so here you can see part of the track is within the building, and then it kind of comes down. One other thing that is very recognizable is the ski jump. So this is the Ruski Gorky ski jumping facility. So that's a little ways down the mountain too. So you can see there's the tower, and then they do the jump, or actually they jump here and land down there. So those are all the mountain events, and that's pretty much it. Oh, the origin of the name, the Laura Cross Country Center, which is this area, is named for the Laura River. It was actually, according to the local mythology, it was a girl who was promised to an older prince, and who she didn't love, and so she threw herself into the river, and it's basically the mountain river that comes out of the Caucasus Mountains here, and so that's what that's named for. And so that's pretty much it. And so let's turn around here, give you an idea. You get turned around and maybe jump up a little bit, and you can see there's the coast, the Black Sea. The Olympic Village is where that pin is, way out there. So people take the train back and forth between the Olympic Village and the Raza Kutor Alpine Center. And that's your orientation for the 2014 Winter Olympics. Now, NBC has probably already shown this in great detail, but hopefully, maybe there was something worth viewing in this. Thank you for tuning in.